Welcome back to another CruiseAway show here on Gecko, packed with exciting inspiration for your next breakaway. And we're revelling in this show in the excitement of the freshly announced 2026 Europe programme of sailings with Princess Cruises. This show will have the phones ringing off the hook.
It really will. Now, we have low deposits for all the offers in this show. And this time, we're whisking you off to Greece, Italy and Croatia with a stay in Rome for March in 2026. Over 19 nights on a glittering all-inclusive cruise on the Sapphire Princess. Now, we'll also show you the best of the Med on an epic 26-night Dream Away package for October in 2026 with a stay in Barcelona and a Dream Sun Princess all-inclusive cruise.
Lots to look forward to then. Let's get started with a trip for April in 2026, over 19 nights, and we're going to London, Spain, France and Italy, all in one fabulous holiday. Now, we can book this today for a deposit of just $500 each, and it starts by flying from Sydney over to London in the UK, the capital city, for a 3-night hotel stay. Brilliant time of the year, actually. Nice and fresh.
Yes,
nice and bright, not too busy in London, lots to do, lots to see.
Lots to do. A really great way to start your adventure in London is to do the hop-on, hop-off bus, which takes you around the different districts. That you can kind of familiarise yourself with the city if you've never been there before. It is awash with incredible shopping. Of course, you've got to go to Harrods, you've got to go to Selfridges, you've got to go to the food hall in Harrods, see all the luxury liberties of London, of course, as well.
Go see a couple of shows as well.
Got to see a few shows in the West End, because it's known for some of the best shows in the world. And of course, even just seeing these incredible royal palaces is amazing. Then we're going to cruise, and we are heading on board the fabulous Sky Princess. And this is going to be your home for the next 14 nights with over 25 restaurants and bars to explore. Now, remember, alongside your specialty restaurants, which of course are, a small additional fee, you can enjoy just everything that's already built into your cruise fare, which is the dining room, which is breakfast, lunch and dinner and afternoon teas, all included, and your buffet, and that food itself is spectacular, honestly speaking. You have delicious food from acclaimed chefs globally. The Crown Grill Bar is a lovely place to hang out, but they have loads of different bars around the ship, little bolt holes that you can explore. Now, when it comes to pizza, and I have to mention this time and time again on Princess, because pizza's my obsession anyway in life. If it's your obsession too, you're going to love the pizza on Princess. And I know we go on about it a lot, but that's for a very good reason.
Well, it's just so lovely. There's something about being at sea and late at night. You've done the show. You've long since done dinner.
Yeah.
You've done the show. You've maybe enjoyed some music. You've maybe had a bit of a boogie, and you think, oh, just before I nip to bed, I just need that little bit of something, and pizza just seems to be that thing.
It's just a cover-all food, isn't it? It's just such a satisfying food.
And the great thing is, when you have it on a cruise ship, you don't have to have a great 10-inch pizza and eat the whole thing and end up leaving half of it. You can just literally say, do you know what, I fancy a slice of that and a slice of that. I mean, that might add up to 6 slices in the end, but...
Well, I mean, look, cruise calories don't count, as everybody knows anyway.
No.
But if you feel like they do, there's the gym and lots of classes, by the way, that are on offer. And a lot of people like to start their day by strolling around the deck. They call it walk a mile, and literally you can walk around the ship's, outer deck. They have like a little competition going, the cruise staff as well, where you can get little coupons for the amount you do. So it's super fun, and there's lots of outdoor games on offer, such as shuffleboard and ping pong and all of that kind of stuff as well. So if you are an outdoorsy person, if you're a competitive person, don't worry, there's trivia, there's bingo, there's tons of things to keep you occupied.
Oh yeah.
We're cruising out of Southampton. 3 days at sea is going to see us in to the beautiful and enigmatic third city of Spain, Valencia, with the Cuatro Serranos, which mark the entry to the old town, and the amazing and imposing Ciudad Artes y Ciencias to visit. Then we're on into Barcelona, another incredible treasure of Spain, which is a love affair to Antonio Gaudi, the famed architect, with his Sagrada Familia, his Trio of Discord, and also his Parque Güell to visit. Now, there's also the Gothic Quarter, which is amazing. Then it's Toulon. in France, which has been a great bastion of the French Navy since 1400. You've got a strong resemblance to Paris, many say. Good tour here is easy French Riviera and Sanary-sur-de-la-Mer to visit. Then it's Livorno, gateway to glorious Tuscany. You can visit Florence, the cradle of the Renaissance, and Pisa, of course, Florence's rival, some say, for political power back in the day. The village of Lucca is also utterly charming. Civitavecchia awaits next, which is gateway to Rome. Now, of course, you can head into Rome on a booked excursion with Princess. They have some great options for you, whether you're wanting to see all the hotspots or do it at your own leisure. Speak to the team on board. Allegro in Sardinia is next. Alghero, excuse me. This is a very charming and relaxed port. You can see Neptune's Grotto while you're there. There's a plethora of beautiful beaches, and also Bossa is another lovely place to visit while you're there. We are back into Southampton where you'll disembark, and we'll fly you home after your incredible and enchanting Med adventure.
Have to say, that's a fantastic itinerary, isn't it? At that time of year, you're seeing a lot of very, very interesting places as well. And not all of the major ports as well, which I like. You're going to some of those areas that not everyone sees on a cruise itinerary, which I think is wonderful, because you come back with very, very different stories, very different memories as well, because maybe you've cruised the Mediterranean before. It's quite nice to kind of mix the itineraries up a little bit. Now, we are looking forward to April in 2026. So this offer is bookable today with a deposit of just $500 each today. And don't forget, of course, you can spread the cost of this offer or any of our other offers actually with Travel Pay Later, and we'll tell you about that a little bit later on. So the price I'm going to give you is the flight from Sydney over to London, 3 nights in a hotel there, then your 14-night cruise on the Sky Princess, cruising down to Spain, France and Italy, including Barcelona and Rome, all the way back to Southampton, and then your transfer back to the airport in London for your flight back to Sydney. And here is your price tag for the entire package, which is excellent value for money. To lock that in today with a deposit of just $500 each, I think is pretty awesome, don't you? For, again, you know, it's a long way. It's a lot of travel going on here, but once you've got that long flight out of the way, then that's it. You can enjoy and relax through that wonderful holiday. And of course, when you're going to visit all of those different destinations, you're coming back to that lovely relaxation of the Sky Princess. You are going to love it. Now, if you want to upgrade things while you're on the ship, let's have a look at the prices for those. So to take you from inside to balcony to suite, actually very little difference going up to a balcony there. I would, considering this is in 2026 and you're finding out about it right now and being able to lock it in with a low deposit, I would say jump on that balcony offer as quickly as you possibly can, would be my advice. Don't forget, of course, if you want to put a payment plan in place with us, Travel Pay Later is always your best friend. Very, very easy to sign up. There's no upfront payment costs for you. It is interest free. There's just an admin fee there, and very, very easy to apply as well. If you want to know more about it, just talk to our team when you inquire about booking 1300 411 968, and we can make that happen for you very, very easily indeed. And if you want to make this cruise all inclusive, then you can add something called Princess Plus, which is a package which adds drinks, gratuities, Wi-Fi and so much more at $65 per person per day. So again, if you want to do even more budgeting up front right now, then talk to the team about that. 1300 411 968 is toll free to call us. And in fact, I have to tell you, there's some really good news coming up right now, because our next 2 offers in the show include Princess Plus.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Now, this is brilliant, because this makes them all inclusive with drinks, your drinks package actually, your Wi-Fi, your extra included dining, your room service and more as part of your cruise. The first one is for March in 2026, over 19 nights exploring in the Mediterranean, Italy and Croatia, and we'll fly first from Sydney over to Rome in Italy for a 3-night hotel stay.
Oh, I love Rome.
What better way to get your holiday started than with a wonderful mini break in the cradle of ancient civilization, which is Rome. And my goodness, you are going to be awestruck by the sites. They're so imposing, these 3,000-year-old pieces of history, such as the Colosseum, the Spanish Steps. I mean, the Colosseum itself is like, wow. You stand back and you look and you just feel like a tiny, tiny little...
Like an ant, don't you? Yeah, because it is vast, and you know, no video will ever show you its vastness. To be honest, you'll love it. Get to the Sistine Chapel as well if you can. Then it's time for us to cruise. Sapphire Princess is the ship this time. 14 nights were on board, and remember, drinks are included, extra dining included, Wi-Fi included, fitness classes included, speedy boarding included, which is really, really good. And also, we talked before about carrying around a little medallion that you literally wear with you. So rather than taking a cruise card around with you, you wear this little coin. You can charge things, you know, if you want to do shopping, then you can charge things with it. You can open your stateroom with it. You can take it to the wayfinders near the elevators, and you can work out where everyone else in your party is, so you don't lose each other. And the app's really clever as well. So you log into the app, you can check how busy or not the restaurants are before you wander down, because sometimes you want, you know, sometimes you want to know, okay, I'll have my dinner in this restaurant at 7:30 every night. If you want that, that's fine. But sometimes you just think, I really don't know what I fancy tonight, and then suddenly someone will say, I've just had this amazing steak in the Crown Grill, and you'll go, right, that's where we want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You can check on the app and make a reservation there and then, which is brilliant, really. And I do love the leisure facilities as well. It's great to have plenty of pools around, and it's also nice. I know, Joe, you always love on cruise ships, disappearing off to the spa, and treating yourself to something. Yeah,
and I love the thermal suites there as well, because you have like an infrared sauna, you have the salt room, you have the thalassotherapy beds, you have like a beautiful hot pool in there, which is a great place to relax after a day sightseeing, you know, relax your muscles and maybe book a nice treatment or two while you're there. Fire and ice pedicure is a really nice one to do. They have wraps, they massages, they have, you know, acupuncture, you can have your hair cut and coloured, you can have tweakments, you know, really, I mean, it's like a medi-spa as well. So there's loads and loads of things there. Cruising out of Civitavecchia, the port for Rome, and the first place we're heading on to is Corfu in beautiful Greece. Now, this really is a very relaxing port to visit. I do love the beaches in this port, and strolling the old town is a must while you're in Corfu. Next up, we're into Dubrovnik. Of course, Dubrovnik is known for, you know, the famous TV show Game of Thrones, but in itself you want to visit the oldest pharmacy in the world, the Rose Pharmacy. That's amazing, but so many sites around Dubrovnik. Kotor Montenegro is up next, and this is a very interesting port. One of the funniest things to do there is to do the hike all the way up to the castle, which you can do not far from the port area, and the amazing Cathedral of St Tryphon as well is a sight to see. We're into Naples, Italy next. My goodness. Now, if you want to see as much as you can, do a best of Naples, and they might tack on some, you know, some trips up to Vesuvius and things like that, nearby landmarks as well. But then, of course, Pompeii is there. We're back into Civitavecchia for the day, so you get an extra little time to explore. And obviously, you've had your stay in Rome. You might just want to enjoy closer to the port and Civitavecchia and all of that has to offer, of course.
But we're doing another cruise.
We are. We're on to Sarand, Albania next, which is fabulous. With lots of ancient ruins. This has been a popular destination to visit for hundreds of years, in fact. There's ancient Roman ruins. There's a beautiful spring there and a monastery. It's very enchanting. Katakolon, Greece awaits us, which is the gateway to Olympia. But there's lots of other things you can do, like you could do a wine tasting tour. You can do local villages and beaches as well. So the Princess team will have lots of suggestions for you as to places to visit in this port. Valletta Malta's next, which is an incredible honey rock. That's basically, you're on a granite rock, basically. It's known for its incredible caves and Blue Grotto. And then we're into Catania in Sicily for Mount Etna and Messina and Taormina. I mean, This is pretty famous, I have to say, and it's so gorgeous. The downtown is stunning. You definitely want to get a cannoli made in the traditional Sicilian way. Naples again. Now this is great because we actually have obviously so much to see in this area of Italy. You might want to head over to Capri, the island of the rich and famous, or maybe Sorrento, which isn't too far away either. Great limoncello there, by the way. We're back into the port for Rome, where you'll disembark, and of course we will send you home. It's all included, end-to-end flights, starting off with that mini break in Rome, heading through incredible Greece, Croatia, Montenegro, on into Italy, Albania, back into Greece, Malta, Sicily. It has it all, this itinerary, I think, in terms of variety.
Limoncello, that's what you've left me with there.
You've got to have the limoncello gelato as well.
Oh, stop. It's amazing, and you have to have it in Italy, that's the thing. Anywhere else in the world, it doesn't taste the same. Isn't it funny? A drink that comes from one place in the world only tastes right when you drink it in that place. When you bring a bottle home, it's just never the same, is it? I don't know why. It's strange, isn't it? So we are looking ahead this time to March in 2026. 19 nights, this CruiseAway package all told. And you can book it today for a low deposit of just $500 each. The price I'll give you now includes the flight from Sydney over to Rome. 3 nights to just enjoy and relax in a Rome hotel before your 2 weeks of all-inclusive cruising on the Sapphire Princess. And we're cruising, remember, out of Rome through Greece, Croatia, Montenegro, Sardinia, Malta, Italy and Sicily back to Rome. And we include, of course, the transfer from the end of the cruise back to the airport in Rome for your flight back to Sydney. The cruise is all-inclusive as well, so it includes so much more, and I'll run through that in just a second. But I know you want to see the price, because I know you've looked at the itinerary and thought, actually, that's the one. That's the one I really like the look of. And for a deposit of just $500 each, this price can be a reality if you are quick. And I say if you are quick because these offers are selling around the world. Princess have just launched their Europe 2026 sailings just now. So the eyes of the world are on these sailings, and because there are some great deals to be had and locked in right now, there are a lot of bookings happening already. Now, for that price tag, not only all of the flights, the stay and the cruise, but remember the cruise has added value as well, because this includes Princess Plus. So that's a full drinks package and so much more. Now, let's look first at the upgrade prices. So if you want to upgrade from inside up to ocean view, balcony or suite, you've got your prices on screen there. But just going back to the Princess Plus for a second, full drinks package there, Wi-Fi, unlimited juice bar, fitness classes, premium desserts, which is something that have just recently been added to Princess. Ocean Now delivery, where you have food and drink delivered to the very spot you are on the ship, and no added room service charges either. And also you get to board the ship just that little bit swifter as well from having Princess Plus. It's included in this offer, so take advantage of it now while you can. Lock that price in with your $500 deposit today. 1300 411 968 is our toll-free telephone line. And of course, if you've got any questions whatsoever, just talk to our team. We've been putting deals like this together for over 25 years. So one, there is no such thing as a silly question. Never. I've asked all the silly questions already, so don't worry. And two, you know, you might want to change the plans on that. You might want to do something different on the way back to Australia, and you absolutely can. No problem. Just talk to us. We can make it happen without a booking fee as well. So the second of those all-inclusive cruise offers now for Princess in October 2026. And this trip is 26 nights, coincidentally. And it starts by flying from Sydney, this time over to beautiful Barcelona for a 3-night hotel stay. Barcelona is one of the most beautiful, vibrant cities I have to say I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I was fortunate to live in Barcelona actually many years ago, and I have to say I really feel that there are so many hidden little areas in Barcelona that off the tourist track, shall we say, that you can explore very easily, actually, such as Elborn, the Gothic Quarter, which is full of the best tapas restaurants in the city. But you have to visit Parque Güell and Sagrada Familia, which are the masterpieces of Antonio Gaudi. I mean, it's just such a tranquil place. It's so lovely. Oh my gosh, Barceloneta Beach, you have got the fantastic La Ramblas. Then it's time to cruise on the brand new Sun Princess. She was just launched over the last couple of months. You are on the newest, most exciting vessel for 21 nights. All inclusive. So, yeah, of course, as you were mentioning, Derek, that really does include so much value.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Amazing. And you are on the newest of newest Princess cruise ships here. She's incredible. She's not just another addition to a fleet that's already out there. This is a brand new class of ship for Princess as well. And it's all about letting the light in and letting the space breathe and letting the spaces flow beautifully together as well. It is absolutely spectacular, let me tell you. And we have already, as a company worldwide, have already taken so many bookings on the Sun Princess already, which is why, in a way, we are looking so far into the future, because the early bookings for this ship are just crazy. I mean, really crazy. I mean, there are people that have cruised with Princess for 10, 20, 30 years, have loved cruising with them, and have just got to see the new kid in town, and she's splendid.
Well, she's Sphere class, so you have this incredibly dynamic Sphere, which also is an entertainment venue that transforms. But like we mentioned, with the all-inclusive, that's all your drinks. That's everything from blended drinks to cocktails to, you know, premium coffees, your Americanos, your cappuccinos, your mochas, your lattes, everything. And, of course, your wines, your beers. So you never have to think about any of those things, your premium desserts, your fitness classes, your Wi-Fi. There's so much, and the casual dining, also you have 2 per cruise in there. So much packed into this value-wise, which I love, because it's less to think about. You know, this is in 2026. You can also do the buy now, pay later option, so it's all paid off by that time, and all of it's covered. You've got very little to think about. Okay, so flights, your cruise. Now, look, this is the dome. Of course, it gets its name, Sphere class. It's beautiful. Lots of fresh plants. Now we're cruising out of Barcelona and heading straight off into gorgeous Gibraltar, which actually has no fewer, did you know, than 600 varieties of flowers, some of them completely unique to Gibraltar. You can whale watch, you can head out on the cable car, you can visit the Apes Den whilst you're there. Marseille awaits us next, which is the largest port in the Mediterranean. Now, known for its beautiful Notre Dame de la Garde Cathedral and Vieux Port, the old port, take a tour of Avignon and Pont de la Garde if you can, or Chateau de la Romaine, oh, excuse me, I'll try and say that properly. Genoa, Italy is up next, and largest historic centre in Europe, Genoa. Look at the colours and vibrance of this port awaiting you. Cinque Terre is not too far away, so is Portofino. Then La Spezia is up next. Now, you have actually got lots of places that within easy access, such as Cinque Terre, once again, Pisa, Florence, very easy reach to visit these amazing Tuscan towns. Civitavecchia is next on the list, and this is where you can, of course, you can head to Rome. You've got to do it if you haven't been before, or even if you have, take a tour into Rome, do a day trip, do the hop-on, hop-off bus, or just stroll around and do some great shopping whilst you're there. Naples awaits us next, and of course in Naples you have Vesuvius to visit, the volcano which started it all. Of course, Pompeii is there as well. Herculaneum is another great ruins to visit in the area, and Capri. Crete is next on the list, and this is known for some of the best ruins in Europe. Again, you're looking at thousands of years of history and ancient civilization. The Palace of Knossos is probably one you've heard of, and it's a must-see whilst you're in Crete. We're into Kusadasi, Turkey next, which as soon as you arrive in port, you'll find some of the best markets when it comes to shopping right there at the terminal. You might never even leave the terminal if you like shopping, I've got to be honest. Great restaurants, and of course Ephesus is right there too. then it's Mykonos. Now, I love this because it's quite a juxtapose. If you've been running around sightseeing, Mykonos is very chilled out, and you might just want to enjoy one of the many incredible bars and top world-class DJs that visit this island as well. Then it's Piraeus. Now, this is the port for Athens, of course, cradle of ancient civilization in Greece. You must see, and I mean it's a must. You've got to go to the Parthenon, the Acropolis, some of the best views in the world up there. We are into Couture, Montenegro next, fast becoming one of the hot spots to visit in Europe, where you can just take a stroll around the ancient and UNESCO World Heritage City walls, or head over to St. George's Island whilst you're there for some nature as well. We're into Corfu, Greece next, which has an English cricket pitch, believe it or not. The influence is very vibrant in this port of different parts of the world, which I find very interesting. But some of the best food on the Greek islands, I have to say, is in Corfu. Messina, Sicily awaits us next, and of course, gateway to Mount Etna and the beautiful town of Taormina. But the cathedral downtown in Messina and the astronomical clock is very cool to visit. Head there if you can. We're another stop in Naples, and it's very good because, believe me, there's so much to see in the Naples area. Naples town itself is bustling and has, many say, the best pizza on earth. So you've got to do a tour of downtown Naples if you can. And at least 2 gelatos a day whilst you're in Italy. It's a prerequisite.
Of course.
Yeah.
We'll end the cruise in Barcelona. We'll transfer you to the airport and fly you back to Sydney at the end of this whopping 26-night adventure. It's huge, this one, isn't it? Includes your flight from Sydney over to Barcelona, 3 nights in a hotel there, and then your all-inclusive cruise on the brand new Sun Princess around the Med to Gibraltar, France, Italy, Greece, Montenegro, Sicily and Italy, back to Barcelona, and then back to Sydney eventually via your transfer from the airport to the port to the airport and then back to Sydney. Wowzers. Your deposit on this one, just $800 each today. Let me show you the price tag. Honestly, my word, that is definitely, without a doubt, worth snapping up today with a deposit of $800 each. Remember, this is all-inclusive as well, so drinks, gratuities, fitness classes, extra dining, speedy boarding, so much more included at that price, as well as all of the flights, the stay and the cruise. Here's the upgrade prices then for you if you want to go up to Ocean View Balcony or to Suite as well. That's incredible, I have to say. That's one of the most fascinating itineraries I have seen in a long time in and out of Barcelona. You're going to love it. My word, the stories you'll come back with at the end of that, incredible. Quick look at Princess Plus, which is included on this offer. So a really comprehensive drinks package, actually. It's one of their sort of deluxe drinks packages, which is really good. Unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, service charges, unlimited juice bar, premium desserts, fitness classes included if you go Princess Plus. Some extra casual dining, Ocean Now delivery, where you have food and drink delivered to the very spot you are on the ship. Room service, no extra charges for that if you Princess Plus, which you are on this offer, and your express boarding as well, which means you get on the ship just that little bit earlier than everybody else, and that means you get to the buffet that little bit quicker and have a look, because that's where everyone goes first, isn't it? Everyone goes there first, don't they? Just for a good old nosy, let's go and eat. We may have just eaten an hour before we've got on the ship, but first thing to do, straight to the buffet and go and have a little good look. Right, listen, we are out of time, everyone, but the whole of the Princess Europe 2026 season is live on our website now, cruiseaway.com.au. all with low deposits, all with amazing deals and fascinating itineraries, Joe, as well, right?
These itineraries are spectacular.
They are, really good.
And like the wonderful thing is, obviously, when you're traveling further afield over to Europe, you do want to hit all the hot spots and tick a lot of things off the bucket list. So these are absolutely ideal for Australian travelers heading over to Europe.
They are.
Yeah.
Come and see us again when we cruise away once more very soon here on Gecko.
Mind how you go.